Well, Johnny Galecki, what is your favourite thing about playing Leonard Hofstadter on The Big Bang Theory?
Wow. There's a frustration that he has, or an impatience that he has with the fact that I don't think he feels he's due more recognition and happiness than he finds. It's that simple grass is always greener thinking that I think that we're all guilty of.
Mm.
And so it's fun when he does find those moments of gratitude. Because he does have it quite well. I mean, he has a wonderful group of friends, and we've always talked about these characters evolving at a very, at a snail's pace, and it's often 2 steps forward, 4, 5, 9 steps back. But there is slow growth and maturity. I think especially for him in this last season, and it's wonderful to play.
Well, these last few episodes especially, it seems like the writers, in the 4 seasons of the show, I've never seen you have so many big storylines and so much time on screen. The relationship with Priya, I guess, over those last few episodes. Was that fun for you to see that they were developing so much more material for you?
Yeah, well, I think, a key turn I found, or I felt, was when he had his heart shattered. Yeah. And as much as I always subscribe to these characters evolving slowly, that changes you. And so I felt like there was some license there to mature him. It didn't feel honest to remain the same guy after something like that. That really, an experience like that molds a person. For better or worse.
Tell us about working with the cast of The Big Bang Theory. It looks like you're having a lot of fun on the show, right?
We do. We have a blast. I knew from the first table reading with this cast that it was a fantastic ensemble, and they each one of them continue to surprise me with their choices, and we have a lot of fun. I mean, we take it quite seriously too, but I do think it's important, especially on this set of a comedy, to keep things as light as possible when it's appropriate.
Mm.
Well, I saw you asked this year at the Golden Globe Awards. The show was nominated for Best Comedy Series. I saw you all hanging out backstage and behind the scenes and going to the parties. It looked like all of you were having a really good time.
Yeah, we're very, very close. Even now into year 5, we still, we even vacation together sometimes. It's really kind of pathetic. You would think we spent enough time together on stage every day, but we still can't get enough of each other. It's really wonderful. I can't tell you how fortunate I feel. I mean, like anything else, it's really about the people you're surrounded by, and I have a wonderful family over on that stage.
Mm. I mean, you've been on TV for a long time, and so people kind of probably recognise you day to day. But now that you're on TV's biggest hit comedy, in terms of ratings and popularity, do you find now that it's just skyrocketed, and everywhere you go, people want to talk to you about the character and the show?
A bit. I mean, it always depends on where you are, but people couldn't be nicer. I think there's a vulnerability to these characters that the fans just want to take care of us in a certain way. There's not a lot of edge to these guys. There's no reason for anyone on the street to be suspicious of us. I mean, there is personally, but not in the portrayal of these characters. So people couldn't be nicer and more supportive. But yeah, I mean, when you go to a place like Comic-Con, we're all together. It's I'm sure the closest I'll ever feel to being part of a popular rock band.
Well, we're an awards website, so we always want to talk a little bit about that. And at the Emmy Awards coming up this year, you're eligible on the ballot for lead actor, as is Jim Parsons, who won that category last year. If you get nominated this summer, you'll need to choose one episode from this past season. Was there one in particular you thought showcased your skills the best?
How do you answer that?
Did you have a favorite episode for Leonard, I guess is the way to put it. We've got a couple of suggestions if you can't think of it. The benefactor factor with Jessica Walter. You just had so many laugh-out-loud moments on that one.
Oh, well, thank you very much. All right, well, I'll take your word for it. That's the one I'll submit.
You're a very attractive woman.
Oh, please.
No, it's true.
Well, aren't you sweet? Just for the record, you'd remember a night with me for the rest of your life.
I'm sure I would. But why exactly?
You're a very smart man. How do you think I landed such a rich husband?
I hadn't really given it much thought.
Well, think about it.
You mean...
Yep. I'm that good.
But what the hell?
So just going back to some of your previous work, just for a moment, obviously you're famous for working on Roseanne in the 90s. And recently you accepted, along with the cast, a special award on the TV Land Awards. What was that like, getting together again and accepting that kind of award?
You're talking about with the cast of Roseanne?
Yeah.
That's always kind of a scene when you get everybody together in a room. You know, it's always fascinating to me because we're all so very different. And for that reason, it was an incredible place for me to learn at the age that I did, to be on that stage. And Roseanne, obviously from, the comedy club background and really prefers to wing it. And John, a very disciplined film actor, and Laurie Metcalf from Chicago theater. You just couldn't have three more different actors with different processes, and for some reason it worked. I don't know how. Every day I felt like this should just be imploding, but it was a freak science project gone right somehow.
Yeah.
And to steal little bits and pieces from each of their processes and kind of create this whatever amalgamation of a process that I had for myself, it was priceless. It was amazing, and it's always incredible to see them, and incredible to work with them again. Sarah's been on Big Bang, and so's Laurie. And, it was really a dream come true. My family and I were massive fans of that show. I vividly remember watching the first episode, living in Chicago. My parents talking about it. It felt like the writers had been peeking into the windows of the house. It was really incredible.
Well,
Going back even further, my family every year watches Christmas Vacation, so I just wanted to mention that. I think it's my father's favorite movie of all movies. Do you still get a response? Do you ever watch that movie at Christmas time?
I think I run across. I think they play it on a loop now, right? Like they used to do a Christmas Story.
They play it here all the time at the holidays.
Yeah, that was an incredible thing to be a part of too. I remember I turned 14 on that film, and Chevy Chase couldn't have been nicer to me and took me over to on lunch hours, would take me to the sets of Ghostbusters 2 and Harlem Nights, and meeting Red Fox and Richard Pryor and Bill Murray, and it was just an amazing experience. And I hadn't done any sort of comedy before that, and it's maybe arguable that I was comedic in that film at all. But it was, I don't sit and watch it. It's nice to do a holiday film because they play it during the season, and you get a residual, and then you can go Christmas shopping.
Nice. Well, listen, mate. Thank you so much for joining us today and talking to us about Big Bang Theory. There's a lot of people hoping that you might break through that category this year. There's a lot of open slots. It'd be nice to see you and Jim up there together, and so good luck for the Emmys.
Thank you so very much. Nice talking to you. Feel better, man.
Exactly.